Hi, it's Denise at myluxuryfirst.com and my son. In this video today, we will be showing you how I feed him when we're on the go. My child gets Gtube fed. He can't feed himself with his own bottle. I can't breastfeed him, so I have to Gtube feed him. So this is the milk that he uses. This is Pediasure internal formula. And usually I would be having it run through a pump, which would take like 30 minutes. But when we're on the go, I just put his Gtube feed formula inside of one of these syringes, and I hook up the Gtube extension and I just feed it through. I feel like his stomach bloats more if I just push it through a syringe, as opposed to him having his feed go through a pump. Then it's like 30 minutes. It gives him time to digest. His stomach isn't bloated because he doesn't really like burp. You know, every now and then he'll give you a good burp, but even when he was a baby, he didn't really burp. You have to vent babies that are Gtube fed. And venting means you just hook up one of these empty and you let it like gurgle itself back up. And then that's kind of like burping the person. When you're just feeding them through a syringe, then you can get like a lot of air bubbles, and then that'll just make the person's stomach bloated and feel uncomfortable. So for example, when I'm pulling up the feeds, you see how there's all this air and bubbles. I don't want to put that into him because that's just going to get his stomach distended and he's going to be feeling really uncomfortable on the ride home. Usually I have a cup that I would pour this into, but the cup that I have, it has a little like mark inside of it, and so I don't want to use it, so I'm just using this. And I've already given him 60 mLs twice, so that's 120. Hi. So I usually feed him 205 or 210, so I'm gonna give him like 140, and that should help him or like keep him cool, not feeling super hungry or anything until we get home. Then I can just resume feeds over the pump, so that way he's more comfortable. See, once it got down to right here where I know it's going to be just pushing air inside of him, I just stopped it. I'm not even going to go any further because, like I said, sometimes he burps, sometimes he doesn't. So on his own, like you know. So when I stop at my next stop, which would be like a Del Taco or something for me, since we haven't ate, I will probably vent him, so that way I can make sure that he's not like super bloated. Also, I forgot, what I need to do now is flush him. So after you feed the person with their Gtube feeding through their extension, you need to flush. And so I usually have another one of these with just water in it. I use bottled water, and I fill up a lot of these before I go anywhere, so that way that I already have them on deck. And I'll just feed this, we'll run this through his Gtube extension, so that way it like flushes, number one, and number two, he gets some water. Because if it was left up to his doctors, he would barely be getting any water, and you know that we need water in order to sustain ourselves in life. They just want to feed him this Pediasure 24/7, like 4 to 6 times a day. They don't want to feed him anything else, but I still like puree vegetables and stuff like that, and I put it through his Gtube so that way he can get other nutrition as well. Because to me, just drinking this all day, all night, every single day, it's just like a sugared nutrition. And even though he's not tasting it in his mouth, I just don't feel like, I feel like he should be getting more than that. So that's why I give him extra like water and vegetables. But now this is over. Now I'm just gonna put all this stuff away. So I always keep a bottle of water on the side of him, along with other stuff, just like a tube in case I need to give him oxygen, his breathing mask, a bunch of stuff that you have to have with you on the daily when you have a disabled child. even some alcohol wipes and some saline. I feel like I wish I was just a little bit more organized, but I feel like I do the best that I can. This is also like some gauze just to like clean them off and stuff. So yeah, that's our feeding routine when we're out in the streets. If he doesn't have a section where he can just run his pump, or we're not just kicking it, if I don't feel like bringing the pump, or if we're just somewhere like going somewhere super fast where I know we could be in and out, I don't want to be bringing all of this equipment. I already have enough equipment to bring with me. So the quick way to feed them would be through this syringe. And while it's not the conventional way to feed, it is how my son gets his nutrition and how he eats. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll talk to you guys in my next vlog. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. And if you have any comments or questions, or even some tips or tricks, please leave those below. Or you can also email Denise at myluxuryfirst.com. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.